If you clicked on this video, I know you're trying to lose weight, and look, I get it. At the beginning of 2025, I was close to 300 pounds. I just turned 42 years old. But I'm going to tell you something. This is the first year where my exercise, my nutrition, and my mindset are finally beginning to move in the right direction. And it took a lot of trial and error. So I began my journey in June of this year, and I dropped over 30 pounds, but it was the same thing where I'm losing weight and I'm doing it, but it's not something that I'm going to be able to maintain. It wasn't a lifestyle. And that's the big thing, creating a lifestyle, which is something that you're going to be able to maintain and then also sustain once you get there. So this video is going to be documenting how I'm eating, how I'm moving, and then give you the tips to actually make this a lifestyle. So if you're looking to lose weight, you can get there too. Now, I'm not just trying to lose a couple of pounds. My goal is actually to lose 100 pounds. That's a lot of weight. But if you have the right lifestyle, and a lot of this is just going to be nutrition, and that's the big part of my plan, but also having the right exercise and being able to enjoy how you're losing weight and how you get there, that's what this channel is all about. So like, comment, subscribe. If you're looking to lose weight, you're going to be able to follow me in real time from week to week, watching me lose weight, giving you the tips, showing you how I do it. This is going to be the channel for you. Find out what's possible. And here we are. This is the nutrition. This is what I've been eating during the past week. We're doing a low-fat, homemade Subway sandwich diet. We're starting off with 3 slices of whole grain bread. And with the bread, that's 360 calories. And this will be the vast majority of our calories for what we're going to be eating. And we're going to be adding some meat up next. Guess what we're going to be adding? We're going to add some turkey here, and we're doing a half a pound. So half a pound, that's 8 ounces, 200 calories. And this is essentially all the calories that you're going to be eating when you're making these sandwiches. Everything else is going to be vegetables. And with what we're eating and how we're doing this, we're not adding any cheese. We're not adding any oil. We're not adding mayo. We're just going to be adding vegetables from here on out. So this sandwich is designed to be low calorie, but it's going to fill you up. So we're going to start off with a ton of lettuce and put a little bit on each side. So this is going to be a big sandwich. And what we're going to be doing next is a little bit of tomato. I gotta love tomato. And we're essentially stopping calorie counting at this point. It's going to be about a 600 calorie sandwich. We're going to add a little bit more lettuce. Once again, we're trying to get the volume up. So we got some iceberg lettuce, some romaine lettuce, some cabbage, a little bit of carrot, and once again, low fat. So we're not adding anything too crazy, but I do want to add a couple of chips. These are my cucumbers. We're not actually eating real chips. And then a pickle. These are essentially 0 calories for what they are. And to top everything off, we're just going to be doing a little bit of mustard. Once again, no mayo. This is going to be about a 600 calorie sandwich, but it's huge and it's going to fill you up. It's going to be amazing. And this is the completed sandwich. This thing is a monster. And like I said, right around 600 calories. So the big part of my weight loss plan is eating low fat. And what I've been doing in the last week, I've been doing a low-fat, homemade Subway sandwich diet, where each of those sandwiches, the things that are about the size of my face, they're each about 600 calories. So I go to work Monday through Friday, and I don't get off of work until about 2 o'clock. And during that time, I'm intermittent fasting. And what intermittent fasting is I'm not eating while I'm at work. I'm not drinking any kind of calories. It's just I'm on my feet, so I'm burning quite a bit of calories, and I actually burn about 5,000 calories on average per day. So I have a big calorie burn. Once again, I'm a bigger guy starting off this challenge, but I don't eat until I come off of work. Now, imagine eating one of those sandwiches. Again, about the size of my face, 500 to 600 calories. Each sandwich takes about 10 to 20 minutes just to sit down and eat. But because they're so big, they fill you up, and it would actually be a chore to actually eat 2 to 3 of those all in a row, or by the time you go to bed. And that's kind of the genius of eating like this, is that you have such a high volume, and then especially if you intermittent fast and you don't eat until the end of the day, trying to get in, you're not going to eat 4 of those sandwiches. getting in 3 extremely tough. 2, you're definitely gonna be full. And for me, that's all the food I've been having. So with a calorie burn of about 5,000 calories burned per day and having, maybe 1,000 to 1,500 calories just in food, I'm burning about a pound every single day. And that's just the nutrition. So right there, I'm burning a significant amount of weight based on how I'm moving and exercising, and I'm on my feet all day. But the amount of food that I'm eating is tough to get in any more than what I'm already doing. So eating this way, it's just high volume. You're gonna stay full. The calories are low because there's no fat basically. So you're sitting there, you're eating, you're full. And then what I've been doing for exercise, simply walking. Now, you can go out, I can do a 20-minute walk, a 30-minute walk. Because of my work, like I said, I'm on my feet a lot. Um, I might get in 20,000 steps a day. I know that's a lot more than most people, but I am on my feet all day. But for you to go out, you can walk and, like I said, a bigger guy, I'm exercising. I can go for a 10-minute walk and I can burn about 100 calories. And best thing about walking is that if you're walking, you're going to be able to do it again tomorrow. It's not like weightlifting where you're going to be all sore. I can walk and then I will be able to do it again tomorrow. I can do it the day after that. I can do it every single day. So looking at exercise, you want to be able to do something that, first of all, you enjoy, which means you want to do it, you don't mind doing it. I love going for walks. I'll listen to a podcast. I'll look at nature. I'll enjoy the process. And you want to be able to find something that you enjoy, you look forward to, that it's not going to be a chore. This is just adding to the calorie loss that I'm going to be doing because I'm not eating as much due to the high volume of food. But I enjoy how I'm exercising, and especially if I'm a bigger person, if you're going to be kind of achy and sore and you're going to feel like you're too stiff and sore to exercise, this is going to be the way to do it. Find an exercise that you enjoy, but something you can keep doing, especially in the beginning phases of your weight loss. Now, I just wanted to briefly talk about intermittent fasting. And what intermittent fasting is that instead of eating kind of like the 3 to 4 meals that people have throughout the day, I wake up and I go on with my day. And I don't have breakfast. I'm not having any kind of drinks that would have calories. So I'm drinking water, I'm drinking black coffee, no cream, no sugar, carbonated water, just getting through, and I'm not having anything that adds calories. And my first meal tends to be after maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I have a little eating window. And for me, typically it's between maybe 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. So I got about 4 to 5 hours where I'm going to eat. And it's only during that time frame. And normally, if I do, it's one meal where I might have 2 sandwiches, maybe 3 sandwiches, normally two, but that's enough to fill me up and I stay satisfied. I go through the entire night, I'm able to sleep, and it hasn't been tough. That's the weird thing. It hasn't been an issue where normally you feel deprived, and that hasn't been the case. I've been eating, I've been full, but the weirdest thing is I've been looking forward to the meals. And typically, let's just say you're on a diet. Like I said, this is the lifestyle. But if you're on a diet, a lot of times you go through, you're looking forward to that cheat meal. I'm actually looking forward to the foods that I'm eating. So it's about creating that lifestyle, something that you can do once you actually drop the weight, and then you're going to continue to eat like this after the fact. So, skip a meal or two, don't drink anything that has calories. That's a simple way to do intermittent fasting. Well, we made it to the end. Looking at the comparison photos, you can't tell a big difference unless you look from the side. That's where you can tell the difference. And here's the thing, I have 100 pounds to lose. And we're going to get there, but 12.6 pounds by eating a low-fat, homemade Subway sandwich diet. Something that fills me up. It's a lot better than going to other restaurants that are high in fat, but it fills you up, it's low on calorie, you stay satisfied, you're able to sleep at night, and you're not hungry during the day. To exercise, I'm walking, I'm doing things that I enjoy and I can do consistently. And intermittent fasting, we talked about that, how you can go through, you can skip a couple of meals, and that's just going to continue to burn calories. And it's really tough to eat a whole bunch of those sandwiches at the end of the day. You just can't. So if you made it this far, like, comment, but most importantly, subscribe. I'm going to document what a 100-pound in real time weight loss is going to look like. And I want to take you along for the journey. I'm going to show you what the body looks like, how I'm exercising, what my mindset is, different tips, different tricks. Everything is going to be here. But most importantly, just support me. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to take you along, and together we're going to do it. We're going to find out what's possible, right? The name of the channel. We're going to do that. But be here for me. I'm going to be here for you. Let's make this thing happen. Take care.